Hey, Tony Stewart here, also known as Blessed Brother,
Angie Stewart knows my sister.
and we're gonna give you. We've talked to you many times before about the whole concept of invest, learn, and teach. Invest your time or invest your money in learning some new information, and then you turn around. That's the investing part. You learn it, right? And then you teach it, you share it. And it's a great way to increase your influence and to really be a blessing to other people. Well, tonight our topic is
5 enemies of your success.
5 enemies of your success. This came from a training I did, not a training I did, a training I attended some years ago by a gentleman by the name of Tony Robbins. And he laid out these 5 things that are things that will try to derail you in terms of your success. Now, as you know, and I'll remind you that the definition of success is the progressive realization of a worthwhile goal or dream. Look at Angie. She knows so well she's lip syncing me. That's cool. It's the progressive realization of a worthwhile goal or dream. So as you take those first steps towards your goals and dreams, you are a success. So with that being said, let's dig into these top 5 ways, these top 5 enemies of your success that you need to be on the lookout for. Number 1 is indifference. Indifference. You know, a lot of people don't succeed in life to the point they can because they just don't care to. You know, they've kind of gone through what Napoleon Hill calls being a drifter. They just kind of drift through life. And, you know, Zig Ziglar said it best. He said, you can either be a wandering generality or a meaningful specific. And what that basically means is if you don't focus on something, if you don't keep your eyes towards where you want to go, then let me tell you, the world will drift you and you may end up someplace that you may not want to be. So it is very dangerous to your success to be indifferent. Anything you want to say about that, honey?
Well, yeah, it's true. When you are, I kept doing that because that's kind of what it looks like. I don't care. I get what I get. I do what I do. Whatever happens, happens.
To me, the definition, the opposite of indifference is passion.
Mm.
So if you have indifference, that just means that you just don't really care, you know? And no one indifferent their way to success. I've heard of all kinds of people who reach success or the goal that they were going after because they had passion. But I've never heard a story, the success story of someone who got to where they wanted to go in life through indifference.
Yeah.
Line 30. All right. Next thing. Number 2 is indecision. You know, the word this indecision comes from the word decide. Decide means to cut off. To cut off, meaning that of all the different things or all the different choices that we've been blessed with, you make a decision as to what you want to have, do, or be. Well, indecision is the inability to make that decision. It's the inability to focus in. It's the inability to know what you want. And if that's where you are, my goodness, no wonder that's an enemy toward success. Thoughts?
Well, it is because if you can't make a decision, it's like you're just bound.
Right.
Because you're definitely not progressing.
Right.
If you're not able to make a decision to move forward. So yeah, it's not a good situation to be in.
All right. So number 3. Number 3 is doubt. You know, and I think it's very easy. You know, we know that without faith, it's impossible to please God. We know that the opposite of doubt is really faith. So faith is faith is being fully persuaded of what heaven says about you, being fully persuaded of what God says about you.
That's right.
Okay, being fully persuaded. So when you have doubt, you're in the opposite of that. You know, they say that worry is prayer of doubt. it's prayer of doubt because you're not about what the word says you are. You're thinking about what the other side says you are. You're thinking about what the accuser says you are. And that's what's filling you with that. It gives you fear. And fear destroys your ability to go towards success. God has not given you a spirit of fear. We know where that comes from. Where does doubt come from? Really, all these 5 enemies are tools of the other side to try to derail you from your success. Anything you want to say about doubt before I move on?
No, go ahead. I have something to say when you're done.
Okay, number 4. Number 4 is timidity.
Which you kind of led into it, so good segue with your scripture.
Because let me tell you something. Timidity, well, especially with a man. Okay, I'll just be transparent with you guys. Nothing bothers me more than seeing a timid man. Okay, a guy who should have his zipper on the side instead of the front. Okay, who can't make a decision, who has all these other things going on because they're unwilling to man up and get out of their comfort zone and rise to the occasion. As a man, it just bugs me when I see that. I don't even want to say when I see a man do that, because I think someone who has that level of timidity is not a man. They may be a male, but they're not a man. And we see that in the society. We see people who are making crazy decisions, harming other people. And it's because they have a timidity about interacting with people in a quality manner. And so rather than interact in a quality manner and getting outside their comfort zone, they do crazy things like shoot. They do crazy things like abuse people. They do all these things. You may say, well, abusing someone, bullying someone, that's not timid. Oh, yeah, it is. It's timidity because they're unwilling to be transparent. They're unwilling to connect and be real. So they hide behind a gun. They hide behind a fist. They hide behind things that are supposed to bolster them up and make them more than they are, because inside they're just a little weakly. And I can't stand it. You could probably tell in the tone of my voice, but timidity, Go ahead, baby. You got anything to say about timidity?
Well, you said the verse.
Weak butt man. What?
You said the verse. God did not give you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind.
That's it. So number 5. Number 5 of the 5. And let's recap real quick. We went indifference. We went indecision. We went doubt. We went timidity. And now, number 5, complaining. Number 5 is complaining. Another enemy to your success. You know, the very first chapter of the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, say never criticize, condemn, or complain. You know, there's never been a statue erected to a critic. Okay? It's always to the people who are actually in the arena, getting things done, making things happen. You know, for some reason, when I think about complainers, what comes to mind for me is the old Muppet Show. Remember those 2 dudes who used to sit in the rap? The Muppets would be down there and they'd be putting their show on and they'd be making stuff happen. There's, you know, sometimes the stuff was good, sometimes it was bad. They have guest stars on. I remember once they had Prince on there. Prince on the Muppet Show. But anyway, they do all this stuff, and all the time while they're trying to put on this show, these 2 old dudes are sitting in the rafters, sitting there complaining about everything. Okay? That's what I think about when I hear about somebody who's a complainer. They just sit up there, oh, man, you can't put on the show. I can't believe that. The show is not really good. And meanwhile, they're down there and they're doing what they can, you know. Kermit's out there, hey, Miss Piggy, come on out, Miss Piggy, do your thing. Oh, Kermit, I'll come. I'll sing a song for you. They're trying to do the things that they're meant to do. And these dudes up there, these guys are no good at all. Don't be a complainer. A complainer is just a hater. It's just another way of saying that. And as you rise up, as you go towards your success, you're going to have haters. And sometimes those haters are going to hurt you. And why will they hurt you? Because they're people you care about, people you thought wouldn't do you that way. You got your back there and you say, oh, here's my back. And then you thought they had, you know, they were going to put some rose petals on your back. Instead, they got a knife. They're stabbing you in the back. Why? Because they're complainers. They're haters. You know what? Let them go. As you go towards your success, as you move up, like the Jefferson says, you are going to have haters. People, and you know why they're complaining? You know why they're hating on you? Because they know that you're proving that they could do it too if they were willing to get out of their comfort zone. If they didn't have some of this indifference, indecision, doubt, timidity, then they could do it too. So rather than support you and get behind you and help you win, they'd rather complain. They rather tear you down. You know, there's an old saying, and I'll wrap up with this. You know, one way to deal with crabs, you can put crabs in a bucket and leave the bucket wide open. and the crabs will never get out. Why? Because once one is kind of getting to the edge and climbing out, there's one down there that will grab on them and pull them back down. That's what a complainer tries to do. A complainer tries to pull you back down. You're getting on up there, you're seeing the sunlight, you're seeing your way out, you're seeing a whole brave new world for yourself. Somebody that could have pulled you down. Don't let those complainers get to you.
That's right.
Honey, you got a scripture or something you want to share?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so when you're talking about this, I was thinking about this one. So 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, the enemy, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Yes. Yes.
Right? So absolutely. He's infiltrating, he's scheming, he's plotting, he's scheming, he's putting all these things to distract you in your way.
All 5 of these things.
All of these things he's
are tools of the devil.
Set up for you to take you off of your path, of your journey, of the way that the Lord has planned for you, the success that he has planned for you.
There it is.
Trying to tear you down, trying to stop you, trying to block you. Well, don't settle for it.
That's right.
You have all the power inside you. God said, greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world.
Yep.
And you are an overcomer. You're more than a conqueror through Jesus Christ, your Lord. So just know that, and don't allow these 5 enemies to tear you down and prevent you from being successful.
That's it. So I tell you what, Blessed Life Team, I'll tell you, if you got some of these issues and you want to deal with them, that's something we do as part of the personal growth on Blessed Life Team. But let me tell you something. If you want to be a wimpy man, this Blessed Life Team is not for you. I don't want to deal with no wimpy dudes. I want men who want to be men, rise up, and be world changers. So I don't know about the ladies, but I'm talking to the guys out there. If you want to be a wimpy man, then Blessed Life Team is not for you. So there. Anyway, with that being said, I wish you a blessed, wonderful day.
I wish we knew how you feel about that, honey.
I know. I just can't stand men who should have zippers
you
on the
love
side.
them.
I love them.
Let's make sure that's clear.
Okay,
you
I
love them.
And I want them to change. I can't stand
you want them to be all that God called them to be. That's what you want.
And that's not being a wimp. All right?
And that's neither male nor female, really.
There it is. All right.
God didn't call us to that.
There it is. Be blessed. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.